Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Bscene TV. I'm your host, Will Wilson, and I'm also the producer. We only have 3 episodes left until we complete our first season of Bscene TV. Just a year ago, this was all a dream, and since September, it has become a reality. This episode is also filled with other people who are building their dreams with hard work to become a reality. We also have talented star guest Susan Schuchard. You know her iconic NHL son, Jarome Iginla. That and so much more is coming right up on Bscene TV. Our guests today are musically talented, but coming up next we have the classic Rags to Riches story. This Canadian duo is on tour and they're called King and Cash. I had met Dan Arnold when he already won 2 tracks Billboard hits. He became even more powerful when he teamed up with Jordan Prichett, or JP, the son of the famous Aaron Prichett. Bscene TV had an exclusive interview with them talking about their journey, their struggles, and how their hard work paid off.
I am Jordan Prichett. I have grown up with a father who sings country, and I played in Faber Drive. I played guitar for a while. Me and Dan kind of joined together to create King and Cash.
I'm Dan Arnold. I got my start in country music a couple years back after a Golden West thing that I won for the radio, and then I moved to Calgary, and it kind of skyrocketed for me when I came here. It's kind of like a Nashville North thing.
So Dan, you were originally from a small town in Saskatchewan. You were actually a farm boy, so how can you describe the transition now being big in the music scene?
Yeah, it's one of those crazy stories that, you know, a couple people can read, you know, on the internet about. But it was just, I got laid off at one point, and things were just bad. I was in a negative space for, you know, around 5 years. One day my mom's like, why don't you just take a shot in the dark and go do something crazy? And I said, okay. So I packed everything I could get into my truck, mainly just clothes and guitars. And I came to Calgary and I didn't know anybody. And within a year, I think, I charted 2 top 100 singles. Yeah, I don't think I know. But yeah, 2 top 100 singles on the country charts. And it created enough noise that like a guy like, you know, Jim could, you know, find me. I always thought it was kind of like SOS smoke. And so then I found JP, you know, and took it to the next level. Just combined, you know, and surrounded myself with people that are just better than me. And then you get better and up to that level. And I really like what we've came up with. There's nothing like it that sounds anything like it in Canadian country. And the reception's been great from the crowds on this tour.
And currently you both are on tour. How does that feel for both of you?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've done it in other capacities. I've toured with my dad doing guitar teching and joining him for Hold My Beer on stage or something like that. But now I get to open for him, and it's really special. And I've done Faber Drive too, playing guitar, but this is totally different. Being one of the front men, and it's pretty awesome. I've always wanted to be here, and for me, it's very special.
Yeah, and from you, growing up on a farm, so
yeah,
I'm able to live your dream. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare for a kid from Saskatchewan to get this far. I actually now reside in BC, just, you know, because we need to play music, and it's beautiful there too. So I've lived in like 3 provinces in a year and 4 months. But I grew up listening to his dad. I had Big Wheel, the CD, and I remember we would play it at parties and stuff. And then they gave me this call one day. They're like, we're gonna fly you out to meet Aaron Prichett and hook you up with his son. I said, how blessed am I? And I'll never forget the first time I met him and he started playing Hold My Beer, which was just a smash single for him in the hotel room when I first met JP. And I was just like, is this really happening right now? And it was a pretty magical moment.
So how did you two meet?
I just heard that he was a really awesome guitar player. Like, he's an awesome lead guitar player, and he's a really, really good singer. And one of the bigger guys in the country music industry had an idea. He's like, you know, we should see what you guys sound like together. So I started flying out to BC to jam with JP here, and it sounded awesome because we both play lead guitar and we both sing. So it's kind of like double trouble. And we formed King and Cash, and so here we are on a Western Canadian tour.
I didn't think I'd be playing country music 2 years ago, but now it seems, you know, like the best. Like our sound is a bit more towards pop or rock than you would hear in other country, even nowadays, where it's a very open market and it's more rock, it's more pop than ever. But ours is even more so. Like, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's the crowds have been good and they've enjoyed it so far. It's been good reception. So.
Since meeting for the music industry, can you describe what your friendship is like now?
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like the troublemaker, and he's the clean cut
cowboy. And
yeah.
But we both got a little bit of each bad side, good side to us, and we balance each other out pretty well. So yeah, we've been having fun. We've been responsible. We've been having a lot of fun though.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a big party to tour, and it is. There's some partying, but if you choose to do that, you're gonna pay. We found that out the hard way. Like, yeah, a lot of hard work. Every day is a schedule set out for us on the bus, and I don't get more than an hour of free time to do anything.
So what's some advice that both of you can give the audience today, especially you, Dan, coming from a small town in Saskatchewan and being big in the music industry? What would you tell the audience if they aspire to be like you? Yeah,
I mean, I didn't have, you know, a lot of money or backing or anything. You know, I recorded 3 songs and it took all of my money to do that. And I just said, oh, this is a shot in the dark. So I would say hard work matters a lot. And I feel like mine has paid off in full, you know, in a very short amount of time. But now I think it changes. So now I would say learn to take constructive criticism. Get somebody who's not, you know, a family member or something. Get an actual honest opinion. You can always be better. And so, like the farm, the work is just never done. We tear apart our shows every night on the video, and we get notes sent to us from management and stuff. So
yeah, you never stop working. Even, you know, before any success, you can never give up. If you believe in yourself, you know, you gotta keep believing. You gotta keep pushing and push to get better, and you know, keep working, keep getting better, and it's really what you gotta do. You can't give up.
Yeah.
Great. This duo will be recording shortly after their tour across Canada. Thank you, Outlaw and Outsiders Tour, for your interview with Bscene TV. Of course, every dream has to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. So coming up next is an up-and-coming young musician and his brother, an entrepreneur. They've teamed up to build a database of music using modern-day software and original composers of music.
Hey, my name's Sammy Mailloux and I'm a musician. So I started playing piano. My mom put me in piano lessons when I was 3 years old, and I did those until I was 10, and then ever since that I was just been doing it as a hobby. It just makes me feel good. It brings me happiness, and why not do it as a living? That's what I want to do. That's my goal in life, to be a musician, and if I can do that. I used to play hockey. I just quit last year, but for sure this is my ultimate passion. Well, obviously starting out you want to take lessons, but after you get to a point where you think you're comfortable enough that you can do it on your own and practice yourself, then it just takes lots of practice and keep doing what you're doing.
Hi, my name is Bobby Mailloux. I am a producer slash entrepreneur, and I feel like I have some skills and some knowledge that I've gained over the past few months to a year that can really help the both of us out. So we're really kind of a team in this together. He has his aspects of music that he brings to the table, and I have my own, as well as I know actually a few other artists. A friend of mine, Noel, he's a recording artist here in Calgary. He's pretty prominent in the Calgary hip-hop scene. And really just go in there, and he usually does his thing on the piano. He has his creative process where he'll just go in and jam out and kind of create music. And if we find something that we like, we'll record it. We really just kind of started making music with the DAW program just recently. Sammy's actually gotten really good at it. It was initially me who was learning the software and learning how to produce music on it, and I kind of handed off my skills to him, and he's really kind of developed them a lot further than myself and become really good at creating music on it. So we create really, I mean, all sorts of different genres. His music ability is really limitless. So, I mean, we wouldn't really be doing this if it wasn't for his musical skill. Just the fact that he is really an amazing musician, and there's a lot of potential for him and both of us to really kind of get into this industry.
Best wishes to you both. Coming up next is our star guest, Susan Chicard. Her son is the iconic NHL player, Jarome Iginla, but we'll be talking about her life journey and her musical talents. But first, let's watch a video of her performing at a fundraiser for Rap for Reason.
with Daddy and Mammy standing by. Jimmy, I said Jimmy. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, gonna spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you with Daddy and Mammy standing by. With Daddy and Mammy standing by.
I'm excited to welcome our next guest, Susan. You might recognize her from former Calgary Flames games as Jarome's mother. But what you might not know is she's also very musically talented. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're originally from Oregon, is that right?
Originally.
Yeah, so can you tell us what it was like growing up there for a while?
Well, we came here when I was 11. So I've lived in Canada more than I lived in the States. But we were in a town that had all kinds of good culture. And it had the Shakespearean festival in Ashland, Oregon. So
when did you start getting involved with your musical talents?
My mother was a music teacher, and she actually taught music until she passed away in '89. And I was in a family group. I had my own singing group when I was 9, and I've just always loved music.
So you've also done some fundraisers. You've performed at some fundraisers, like
Yes.
One for around Mother's Day was for Rap for a Reason.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that? Do you are you really passionate about getting on stage and being able to perform?
I still love performing. I haven't been performing on a regular basis, but when I do get invited to be a guest, I am always honored.
And what have been some of the most memorable performances for you?
Well, getting a chance to sing at a Flames game in 2002 was pretty special.
And can you describe a little bit more about that? How was did you feel like a lot of adrenaline with the crowd cheering around you?
I was very scared. There was over 17,000 people live, and I know that I made Jarome nervous too, but it was exciting.
And on that note, like while he was growing up, you probably took him to a lot of hockey practices, maybe more often than you took music lessons while you were growing up. How was that like?
Well, my father actually helped take him to practice because of the early morning practices, but I never missed a game for the very first few years, and it was just, he just loved it so much.
Did you see the passion in it a lot early in life?
Yes, I let him try many different sports, and hockey was the one that he didn't want to put down the puck or put down the stick.
That's pretty exciting. So where do you see yourself and your musical talent performing in the future? Are you interested in doing a lot of fundraisers?
Probably special events would be good, because I'm still watching hockey. And then my grandchildren are going to be playing hockey too, so that keeps a person pretty busy.
I bet. Do you take them and go to a lot of their games as well?
Well, I was just in Denver and I watched 11 minor hockey games in 3 days.
Wow. What's that like?
It's still exciting. Yeah.
And you told me you recently went to New York City. Can you for a hockey game? Is that right?
Yes, there was a New York stretch. The Flames went in 1999. There was 4 games that Jerome sent my parents and myself on. And so when I saw that Colorado was playing 4 games down east, I thought it'd be exciting. So Philadelphia, New York Rangers, New York Islanders, and New Jersey Devils. Yeah.
Wow. And so what's that experience like, being traveling around and being able to watch hockey games from all over North America?
Well, before he finishes playing, I hope to have made it to every rink. That's my
goal.
My bucket list. Okay.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And so I guess for my last question, what is some advice that you would like to give others who have a passion like yours in the music industry, and maybe they're not yet performing?
The thing about whether it's hockey or whether it's music is, if you have a dream, never quit. Never give up, because you never know how far it'll take you. And I mean, even though I'm not performing on a regular basis, having the opportunity to perform or getting asked to perform at fundraisers means I'm giving back, and sharing it with children as well for the music. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me in the studio today.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of your performances in the future.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for Bscene TV. Thank you to all my guests who were on my show today. If you have any stories you would like to share with us, or if you'd like to invite us to any of your events, feel free to email us at bscenetv@shaw.ca or find us at Twitter at Bscene TV. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Will Wilson. See you next time.